There he is.
Hello.
Morning, Wadio Show. You're on the I'm on the Wadio Show. And then John getting things done because we
Getting things done.
as much as we can. The traffic's already really, really bad. I'm running really late. What can I say? I don't have time to delay. I'm running late.
Running late.
What's up? What's good?
I'm early
this morning. Yeah, early Wadio Show.
Yes, nice and bright and cloudy.
It is a little overcast. It'll break up a little bit though.
Yeah, lots of overcast. Be digging the fall, loving the cool off.
Yeah. It was a hot summer.
It was hot. Summer's usually my favorite season, so I was bummed to have such a miserably hot summer. It kept me inside more than I would have wished.
Dude, the mosquitoes were so bad, man. They still are. They're crazy. I've never seen more mosquitoes in one season than this year's summer season. They were incredibly awful. People were spraying, buying, you could see those guys, they're paying $100 to spray their freaking lawns with mosquito spray, and then it rains the next day, and all the mosquitoes just come back alive.
Yeah, it cancels that plan.
Yeah, that's a
so
great
how about
business.
No-see-ums is something that...
It's a great business, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just freaking, hey, I'm just going to spray your lawn with a bunch of water. I mean, how do you know what they're spraying, dude?
Oh, that's a whole other topic, right?
$100.
False business practices. There was a guy that he owned a funeral parlor, and he kept extracting all the gold from the teeth of the deceased and throwing their bodies into a backyard area, never putting them in a coffin.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Yeah. It's happened more than one place. One place was in Chicago, and it was bad, dude. There was hundreds of bodies that they found.
Yeah, one place I remember was in Detroit, or in around Michigan, where I grew up, and it was the same thing. He was putting them. Maybe it was down in Georgia, actually. Yeah, I think it was down in Georgia. He had a farm or whatever, and he was putting the people in this back pond, dumping them in this pond.
God. I heard about that. What if you went swimming in that pond? That would be a little traumatizing, I would think.
Oh.
You'd also get sick. You would die. Excuse me.
Yeah, to think all the care that the ancient cultures took to sometimes mummify their dead, or the way that other cultures kind of respect their dead. And here in the United States, they're just just toss them in a pond. Their families don't even care where they end up. They don't have any.
Their families don't know. They don't know.
Yeah. Well, what do you mean? They're we're gonna have a service. These are people who they don't have families, I guess, who care about where they're going, because otherwise you would. You're telling me that they have a grave site somewhere, and their grandpa isn't actually buried under there.
That's right. There's so many empty caskets. They're reusable.
I wonder if I'm sure there's some technology now. You could just go over graveyards, grave markers and stuff, and see if there's actually people under there.
Do an x-ray?
Yeah.
Coughing.
Morning cough.
Yeah. So,
I heard this story.
Kind of interesting. Listen to this. So I was, before we started chatting, I was just thinking, So we start talking about death. I was thinking about survival. What a dyslexic start.
Well, doesn't it go hand in hand? Isn't that what? I mean,
They do interface together, death and life, right? Black and white.
I mean survival, dude. Like, you're surviving what? You're surviving death, like not to die. Like, that's what survival is, right?
Well, there you go with insights from the crypt. I like it.
Well, I heard this story on the radio, the actual terrestrial radio, and they were like, it was like a 10-second blip, like this sound bite, right? Like our society lives in these sound bites. And it was like, oh yeah, by the way, there's a mysterious illness going around, and the doctors and hospitals don't have any idea what it is. And it's impacting a lot of people, and people are like starting to show up at the hospitals all claiming these same symptoms. And they're like, if you experience your legs hurting or your arms hurting, that's like a sign of this, like you have this mysterious illness that they have no idea what it is. I'm like, that's pretty vague. Like,
yeah, man, the vague part is what captured my attention.
You're putting all these ideas in people's minds like, well, if your legs hurt, you probably have this mysterious deadly illness. Like,
if you've noticed yourself blinking your eyes all day long, jeez, dude. I mean, yeah, that touches the button in me. There's a lot of that going on.
It was only 15 seconds. It was 15 seconds. Like, there's
but it's all you need, right?
In between, like, a news story about, like, traffic and, like, the daily sports update. They're like, hey, just throw that in there. Oh, yeah, by the way, there's a mysterious illness going around. People are reporting severe, complications. And if you experience, like, your legs hurting, you probably have it.
God, man. Well, so what you're saying is not only did that vague message get out there to dump into people's brains, you also are saying that they kind of did it like out of nowhere, like Florida orange juice, one of the best things for a lovely growing young man. By the way, if you find yourself blinking a lot, you might have a mysterious illness. Call 555-11111. Yeah, like they just throw it in there really fast.
Oh, no wonder we're so dyslexic, schizophrenic, manic depressant, freaking ADHD.
All these terms to describe highly distracted by multimedia fucking outlets and energy waves.
Oh, dude. Oh, man, there's this Halloween blow-up fucking, one of those giant Halloween blow-ups or whatever. It's like 6 feet tall. It's a praying mantis. It looks so cool. Oh, my God. Cool, dude. It's so cool looking. It's got, like, these lights on the inside that move around and look like its chest is kind of, like, vibrating.
What if it's for sale after Halloween?
Oh, my gosh. It's so cool looking. I bet you it's like, probably like $100, $80. It's huge, dude.
It's worth $80.
Man, this whole neighborhood has got, this whole neighborhood's got their whole, like, Halloween decorations just on full blast, dude. This whole house right here actually looks like a crime scene. Like, their whole house is taped up in that crime scene tape. It looks like the police were just there, but obviously
no way.
There's like real bones in the yard, just like hanging out. I mean, fake bones, but they look fairly real.
So there's definitely been, it seems like almost some kind of resistance against Christmas or some kind of offense. But now Halloween is popping off, huh?
Yeah, Halloween's the new accepted Christmas.
The new Christmas?
It's so funny. It's so funny. It's not the new Christmas, but it is kind of weird as a holiday because you dress up or whatever. It's maybe even more interactive than Christmas. Well, I don't know. Christmas is pretty interactive. Anyways, what I was going to say is I was at my kid's school the other day, and they had like issues with putting up Halloween decorations because the school is taking a we don't like celebrate holidays stance, you know, and so they won't even.
Yeah, that sounds really crazy.
I was like, are you kidding me? Like, and not to mention they have a Halloween like parade or whatever. Like they go around with the little kids, they dress up and collect UNICEF money from each classroom, but they won't actually like put up Halloween decorations. I guess the front desk lady was telling me they had to take down one of these spiders, that little stuffed animal spider that she put on her desk because it was, you know, religiously symbolic.
Now the spider is religiously symbolic. Well, I guess it might be. I don't know that answer to that one.
Well,
I'm not aware of a religion with a spider symbol. Are you? I've never seen that.
I'm sure it's out there, man. The spider people of yeah,
Guantanamo Bay.
I'm pretty sure. I think it's from Transylvania. It's a Transylvanian holiday.
Those Transylvanians and their blood-sucking peoples.
How come every person from Transylvania looks like a vampire? Is that a coincidence?
I never thought about that before. I met this lady from Transylvania the other day. She was really pale. She had really sharp teeth.
She swore she wasn't a vampire.
And then she proceeded to eat raw meat.
I said, who told you to say that? Count Dracula?
She's like, I don't like that guy. What, you know him? No, I don't.
No, I don't know.
I'm just joking. Take a joke.
My sister's cousin's friend. He's never. Yeah.
I mean, I just don't know him. I'm sorry, I just don't know him. Next question. What'd you do last night? Well, I went on a date. With who? I can't say.
It's religiously offensive. The school is the new church, man. The school is the new church.
Well, that's not good. They don't even know how to teach education. And now they're getting religious rights? That's too much. The school needs to work on educating.
Well,
they need
maybe they all
a lot
have
of work.
A mysterious disease that nobody knows about.
Don't worry, they'll figure it out in science class.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's another religion, science.
I love that religion. All you need is a grant. That they basically ask for the results through the grant. And so when you receive a grant to pay your bills and take care of your family, you're going hot to town to find out scientific falsity. Basically, you need writers under that condition. You don't really need scientists. You need, like, creative storytellers.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a career for me in science.
In science. In science.
I love that. That's a great tune.
In cars. Oh, yeah, cars. Cops are out today, boy. Pulling everybody over.
Are you seeing a bunch of people pulled over?
Oh, yeah, they're out in full effect tonight. Or today.
Huh.
I don't know what's going on.
It's fall fundraising for the Halloween party.
Those Halloween decorations keep getting more expensive and more expensive. And they try to outdo each other, like the people at Christmas try to outdo each other's lights. Like the police departments are trying to outdo each other, like in their Halloween costumes and decorations. So yeah, they gotta really pull.
So they're gonna have like cops on duty, dressed as like zombies and shit, going up to people's cars to get them tickets.
And then they just GoPro it and, like, show it to their buddies. Like, you should have seen that girl. She freaked out, man. Look at him, how scared he is.
Maybe there's going to be, like, a new TV station that's, like, cop, sponsored by the police, and they'll show videos of doofus people, like it'll be like a comedy show. Would that be illegal? Not really. Not if they get them to sign the release form, and all they have to do is do a little shakedown.
Yeah. Well, you get them to sign the ticket and the release form at the same time, you know? You just right next to click, sign here, sign here. Okay.
Oh, they don't tell them?
A cop could get somebody to sign anything they wanted. I mean,
I've done it. I've signed.
He shoves that little clipboard through your half rolled down window, and he's just like, "You're free to go. Just sign here and here." You know, and you're like, "Okay." You just sign anything.
Right? You just bought him a new car. You're the co-signer. That would be funny, man. A rash of police getting people to co-sign for their new cars. That would be a pretty good hustle. I got to start, I want to do a little series going forward called Great Hustles. And I want to identify real hustles like going on in corporate America and stuff that are actually pretty slick.
Wow, that's a great idea. I like that.
Isn't it?
Yeah, I like where this is going. Yeah.
Well, I love a good hustle.
Bank.
I do.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you're like, man, that was well thought out. You know, I love a good hustle. I hate when deception is really transparent, which is the opposite of deception. Like, that's a bummer.
Yeah. Somebody's not doing enough.
A good job.
Yeah. Yeah. That's lazy.
If you're going to pull a hustle, if you're going to pull a con or a scam, do it well. Have a little freaking morals and ethics behind your, have some standards.
Pull a good con. Pull a good con.
That's right.
Pull a really, 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 really good con.
So can you think of a good con? Like, I don't have one coming to my brain at the moment, but do you have?
Yeah, like the, I don't know, like somebody who like treats water or something, but like doesn't do it very well, or like says, or, like, I don't know, some company that like pollutes really bad, and yet they're called like EnviroClean or something, like. Right. You know, and
they have like dirty water that they clean with. It just has like some formula that makes it look clean, and they never clean it. Like a bunch of stoner guys that just graduated college. This guy got a loan for a business and they didn't know what to do. And they didn't know how to do what they got a business loan for. I've noticed this is a problem that happens often.
No,
people get access to a business loan because they figure out the paperwork. Right. And they actually don't know how to do the business they started. They've never consulted with anybody or educated themselves. They just wing it out there. Usually fails. I would like to know some of the businesses that were started like that did not fail. Like someone got lucky and they had no idea what they were doing. They opened up a business and it was like the best idea ever. Well, I can tell you one right now.
Listen to this. All right, listen to this one. Hold on to that one. You know the My Pillow thing? Right?
How does that work?
Revolutionary. My Pillow, the guy who invented My Pillow, it's all over the news and the TV.
Is My Pillow the one that goes around your neck?
No. It's just it's a certain type of pillow this former drug addict like invented, and it like saved his life, and he made like a lot of money off it. And anyways, so it's this pillow, right? And it's got this special stuffing or whatever. And I opened it up because it was a little too firm and I wanted to see what the stuffing was. It's basically just like somebody ripped apart like a foam mattress, like in little tiny pieces, and like put it through a shredder or some shit. And, you know, it's not like, it's kind of like a foam, they have foam pillows, but they're like solid. Well, this is like a foam pillow, but it's ripped up. or whatever. And I'm just thinking the whole time that this drug addict, this former like crank addict, it's just like he's like, I gotta invent a pillow. My neck is killing me. And he's got this great idea, and he's like, I'm just gonna take this foam pillow and like instead of making it so hard, I'm just gonna like tear it all up into little pieces and like.
He had the time.
And it actually worked. But I can just imagine him and all his friends starting this company, all these meth heads, fucking tearing up all these foams.
Sitting in an abandoned building, cracking out, ripping up pillows, and and it worked. Now now they all have houses, but all their houses look like crack dens, dude. And they never hired any factory workers because they couldn't think that far ahead. So now they live these miserable jobs, and they're still on crack because they hate their jobs, ripping up pillows all day long.
No, this idea worked, bro. There's a documentary about it. There's a whole documentary about this guy and his life, and how he went through all this thing and found God, and got off drugs. He was a heavy drug user. He was developing, like he had all his shit stolen one time from one of his drug buddies or whatever that was going to steal his idea and take it to market, and they tried to do it, and for some reason it failed, and then he came along. It took him like 10 years, 15 years to get this thing going. Like he had failed and tried it again and tried to take it to these. Anyway, see, you can watch the documentary, whatever. Yeah, man, it's just these pet rock ideas, man, like bottled air. That is survival, though, a little bit, like all this stuff we're talking about. Like,
yeah, but, bro, there are some things that are amazing inventions that are so silly and so nonsensical and meaningless that, like, someone just put the word on it, like the pet rock. Like, dude, that's what the guy did, is he put rocks in a box with a little word on it that said pet rock. People just love the idea. This guy went into a gravel pit. He was a millionaire.
I just watched an interview with this lady back in like 1990, like when the internet first came out, and she did a spoof website because there were all these businesses starting on like online, and she was like, I don't know what to do, so she just decided to come up with like a spoof one, and she lived in Texas, and she started selling tumbleweeds. Like the big tumbleweeds that like were in the yard,
they're
like,
plentiful in the desert, that's for sure.
But people started to buy them, and she started to make like $50,000 a year. Within 2 years, it was like a viable company, and she started to make all this money, like shipping tumbleweeds all over the place.
I like her, man. I want to meet her.
Yeah. People.
That's
like
a good con, right there. Dude, that's a great con. Don't you think?
Mhm.
That sounds like a top 10 to me. Are you there?
Yeah. No, it's just hilarious.
No, that's a great con, bro. You know what?
Like all her Texan friends were bringing her like tumbleweeds over, and I don't know. It's just funny.
I think it's great. So I'd like to sell fall leaves to so when it's fall here, it's like moving towards spring, like in Australia. The seasons are different. So I want to start selling fall leaves in summertime, like make that a new hit thing to have like a party in the summer and spread some fall leaves around, and like that's a thing. And I just bag them up and ship them.
You know how the fall color always happens in the north first? Like,
right.
What if the northern people just started selling and the southern people are always like waiting for the fall color to come, and they're
because they were jealous. No, they were jealous of the north. It's a north-south thing. I see it. And so then the north just starts shipping them leaves.
And they start hanging them up and putting them on the grass and like blowing them around and having like yard services come clean them up. They have a little fire. And they have like kids jumping in their little leaf piles and stuff like 3 weeks early, and all their neighbors are just like, damn it, the Jones, they're always one step ahead.
Right.
And they
you can sell seasons, every season.
Yeah, the
Go ahead.
commercial was this lady, like, with her, like, yard gloves on and her, like, burly, like, husband with his short little beard and his, like, you know, nice little golf shirt on, and she's got her cute little flannel, and she's looking across the yard at the other neighbor's yard, and the other neighbor's like, the Joneses, they're always one step ahead. And, like, their kids are jumping in the leaf pile while she, like, holds a rake, you know? And they're smiling and laughing, and the other family is just pissed because they don't have any leaves on their ground yet, and they have fall color next door.
Well, you know what I see is what happens with this evolution of this rivalry is that it gets so out of control that they start, like, always trying to, like, as a competition, go to the next season. And, like, yeah. Like, and it can get out of control, bro.
Yeah, they got,
like, I could see it, like, being winter time, and the guy's got to get all these hydroponic lights that cost, like, $4,000 a month to create spring.
And he, like, buys little bunny rabbits to, like, put in the yard. They keep dying because it's so cold.
Then their kids start selling lemonade and rabbit stew.
It's, like, freezing outside.
But the hydroponics, they can get a suntan in the hydroponics lights, so they'll go out on the lawn in the chair in the bathing suit, and they'll actually feel warm. It'll be like 80 degrees within their containment zone. They'll make their neighbors really jealous. But the time when it gets, all I was gonna say is that it's okay. I was gonna say is that the funniest time will be when they're so messed up in their competition that it's winter time and the neighbor goes to create winter. Like, cause they're just messed up about what season, like they just get confused, they're off.
But they're the next winter ahead.
Oh my God, this is the best idea ever, dude. This is a comic strip. It's a comic strip. Like two neighbors that are at war, like the Joneses. Keep up with the Joneses. That's what it should be called.
Yeah.
They're always just trying to outdo each other, bro. I love it.
Yeah, that's a good one. They're like, they convince their kids to start handing out, like, Valentine's Day cards at the beginning of the school year in, like, freaking August. And the kids are like, what is wrong with this kid?
He's just ahead of schedule. Well, yeah, I can see the competition going into areas like one gets pregnant, one neighbor gets pregnant, and then the next day the other neighbor's pregnant with twins.
She gets artificially inseminated.
One kid's an athlete, and then the father next door, like, secretly takes him for bionic surgery so he can be a better athlete.
Yeah.
I love these families. It's better than The Simpsons. I don't even know their names yet.
They were just depressing. Nothing ever worked out.
For who?
And Homer just was always wrong, wasn't he?
Dude, there was this one episode where Homer was eating a donut in the nuclear power plant lab, and I thought, now why are you going to make Homer bad for that? Because isn't that a good idea? And they were a little hard on Homer, weren't they?
Mm-hmm. If I would work in a nuclear power plant, I'd probably be eating donuts all day, too.
What would you do? I mean, right? Like, do a poll. Ask people, if you worked in a nuclear power plant, would you eat a donut? Everybody'd be like, yeah. So why is Homer? So that's some form of bigotry in a way. They're classifying Homer no matter what he does. So that happens to people. That's happened to me before. I feel Homer's pain.
They play on stereotypes just like every show plays on stereotypes. Like, have you
Sure,
ever
man.
had like seen like the gay character on a show not be like obnoxiously gay?
Like
usually
Flamer?
the gay character,
Like Flamer Flamey?
Yeah, usually that character is like, you know, got all the stereotypes that you would associate with somebody. I mean, it's just, they play on stereotypes, right? The tough black guy, the wise old black woman, the awkward Asian guy.
Why does this, here, I got a question, if you don't mind. So it's based on what you're talking about. So look, stereotype is this. Like, why is the gas station attendant always stupid? Like, if, there's a TV show with a gas station attendant, he's always dumb. Why? Like, that's a stereotype. I know some very intelligent gas station attendants.
Well, yeah, because they're rocket scientists from Saudi Arabia that can't.
It's true, and they can't get a job in their field. That's actually true.
At the local store is he's a biologist.
Right. Yeah.
He's a scientist, man.
What, the guy that I've talked to? When you always go to get the orange?
Yeah.
Oh, so he's a biologist?
Yeah.
How about them apples?
Or chemist. Sorry, chemist. He's a chemist.
And he's just selling goods at the local store.
Yeah, he studied math and chemistry.
Okay, so actually I'm glad you brought that up because I've thought about this a lot over a long period of time, bro. So that happens a lot. My parents, they had people that a couple that would clean their house, once a week. Joseph and Anna. And Joseph, they were from Poland. Joseph was an engineer. He was an engineer in Poland. And he's cleaning houses. Like, what a waste. Why would our country not want to take advantage of talent? Like, by giving the advocacy they need to do what they're good at. Joseph used to drink my stepdad's liquor. Why do you think? He was a little overqualified for that job. Like, he wasn't happy about that. He had a mind that he wanted to put to work, and he was miserable. He's also a really cool guy. I love him.
Is that what you told your parents? It's not me drinking it. It's Joseph, probably.
Yes, dude. As soon as I found out he was a culprit as well, I did throw him under the bus at times, bro. Absolutely. It's true.
Just throw him under the bus.
No, I wasn't a big liquor raider.
It could have been like this. It could have been like all the Eastern Europeans just come over and they start cleaning houses, and they're like, we can tell people anything we want. Yeah, I was a pharmacist. I was a doctor in my country. They're all just telling them, like, I used to play.
But you know what? That's a pretty good con. I'll put that on, pretty good con. I'll give it 2.5 stars, bordering on, about 2.5 stars.
Yeah, what if
not a bad con.
Like a place, put on a suit, and just told people, some vacation spot or whatever, or some, other country, a little spot in some other country or whatever, and you just told people you were a psychologist. I mean,
so I'll tell you one that I've done before. No, I have at a bar. So, I'll meet somebody and they'll be like, "What do you do?" And I'll be like, "I'm in sales." They're like, "Really? What do you sell?" And I'll be like, "Piss biscuits. In the urinals, I'm a piss biscuit salesman." And then I start to get super excited about opening up new territories, new product lines. Like, I get really into it, dude. Like how I love, and then I start telling the history of the Piss Biscuit Company and how, we have a lock on the market, and I'm very prideful. Yeah, dude, Piss Biscuit salesman, dude. It's one of my favorite cons to pull. I haven't done it for a while. Maybe I should go do it tonight.
See if they know people, like, that you can get in touch with, make contacts and stuff, like business owners and stuff.
Yeah. That'd be a good crank call. like to call like a big business, like Amazon, which they must have like 50,000 bathrooms. Be like, hey man, I'm calling on behalf of the Piss Biscuit Palace, and dude, I know that you probably haven't heard of us. We're new on the market, but we've got absolutely the best pineapple piss biscuits you've ever fucking seen. Looks like a pineapple. So we're wondering if you might want to do business with us. I'd like to make a meeting with you guys. Because I think that you're going to be more satisfied with our products more than those little hockey pucks, okay? You know, times are changing, sir. You know, like how long do you want a hockey puck? I've got a pineapple-shaped one. I've got a rocket ship-shaped one. And look at these titties. Titty-shaped piss biscuits. That would be a backfire problem. They'd be sending those back because guys wouldn't be able to piss because they're popping a boner. That would be a backfire. Huh?
I thought you were going to say teddy bear or something.
But you could do a teddy bear. You could also do a Trump or Hillary Clinton. You could get into molds, you know, like.
Oh, yeah.
We need to liven up our piss experience.
Yeah. It wouldn't cost you any more just to have those as opposed to the other ones that are, you know.
Well, why not have a sense of humor while you pee? I don't have anything to do. I get bored while I piss.
It might relax people. It might relax people.
Maybe. Maybe we could put little sound things in it so that when you piss, it like starts a song.
Oh, say can.
Yeah, you have those at the baseball stadiums.
Oh, then you have musicians paying you to put their music in those.
Yeah, dude.
You know?
You could actually press a button when you go up to the urinal that is your radio station, and as soon as you start pissing, your radio station comes on.
Oh, it like knows which station is yours?
Yeah, you just like press a button that says 91.2, and then you start pissing, and the radio comes on. You activate the radio when you start pissing. We've got a lot of it. Like, maybe we can start this company.
It's like your favorite podcast that comes with it.
You press Joe Rogan and start pissing. And there he is.
Until you piss him off.
That's a good one, dude. That's a good one. I like that one. Man, this mural's taking forever, but it's starting to get pretty cool. Sometimes a painting will actually force you to work on it longer, like when you catch a vision. Like, I thought I was almost done, bro. I was not almost done.
Well, I had made this giant smoothie this morning for myself, and I had kind of put it all in the blender or whatever. I hadn't added the liquid yet, and I had washed the bottom of it, like taken it apart and washed it the night before, but I didn't remember to like put the bottom like seal on where it closes the whole entire thing.
Right.
And I poured everything into it. And then I like picked it up and it just like went everywhere. So that's how I started out my day.
It sounds really
Very first thing I did, just made a giant mess all over the place.
Oh, dude, I felt I have a
bananas and strawberries and, powdered,
Went all over the place?
Powder all over the place and all over.
Fucking A. Wow. And I can see that being a complication. I can see that being a big complication. How quick did you clean it up?
Well, that's why I was late this morning.
Man, I stopped by a buddy's place. He makes guitars and bass guitars, electric guitars. And I was like, hey man, it's been a while. How you doing? He's like, bro. He's like, I'm having the worst day. And he rattled off a list of like 20 things that went wrong in that morning. Mm-hmm. And it was real. Because he's trying to like get into his day at work, and he couldn't touch his job. Because just one thing after another kept going wrong. I was like, man, dude, let me give you a hug, bro. He's like, I could use a hug. He had one of those days, dude, where those days suck. It happens to everybody. Where it's just one thing after another.
Yeah, sometimes you can't get out of it either. Sometimes it just...
Yeah, because you think you're out of it. Like you run into the woods and then you look down and you're standing in poison ivy. It's like, it's not getting any better, dude. And you go home to turn on the TV. There's a commercial, so you change the channel. There's another commercial. You change the channel. There's another commercial.
Yeah, then all of a sudden your internet service stops working and it's like pause, you know.
Then you get a phone call from a bill collector. And you find out your house is about to be foreclosed, and then you get diarrhea.
Yeah, you've been making payments to the wrong company.
For 10 years.
Some guy in Nigeria is scamming you, and your bank account's empty.
And as soon as that happens, your girlfriend calls and says, so we going out for dinner tonight? I'm so excited.
It's our anniversary.
I've been waiting for this all year long.
You didn't.
Are we going to the French restaurant? He's like, baby, I got the shits. Let me call you in a little while. And then his phone gets cut off. Because he paid his bill to that Nigerian dude. He's about to lose all of his utilities and everything. That Nigerian dude pulled like the hustle of the muscle scuffle. He totally got the guy paying him all his bills and everything, dude. He owes everybody. He has diarrhea when he comes back. He goes to turn on his kitchen light and won't turn on. It's because he shut off his electricity.
Then his phone dies and he goes to charge it with his charger, but the charger cord is got a spray in it because his cat goes in a hole in it. It doesn't work anymore.
So he's so frustrated. He just pulls out a bottle of whiskey, and by the time it's like 3/4 gone, which is like an hour and a half later, he gets the big knock on the door. His girlfriend is so pissed off because he wouldn't answer his phone. And he opens the door and he's hammered.
And she looks at him and goes, "You're not drunk, are you?"
And then he goes, no. And then he throws up.
He's like, I'm just sick.
And then she breaks up with him. And she throws the engagement ring at his face, and it cuts his eye.
It breaks his glasses.
Now he's drunk and he can't see, and he's got to get to the bathroom, and he can't turn on the lights. So he shits on his steps.
So he starts pissing everywhere, and he doesn't know where the toilet is. But then he hears the little musical piss biscuit. And he's like, oh, there it is.
Oh my God, dude, that guy had a bad day. So we could pick different characters. Listen, we could pick different types of people that have a bad day and do what we just did. Like we could be like, there's a 95-year-old lady. She lives in Toledo, Ohio. she lives in a room in the attic. Her family, you know, she lives with her son, and she had a really bad day. And you know, dude, it could be like, well, it started. She fell down the stairs, and no one was home for about 5 hours. You know, just another bad day. You know, this is another one, dude. We're cranking them out today. Bad day. It's a great scenario, great road to travel down.
I think that's a good comic strip, Bad Day.
Yeah, Bad Day.
Feel really good, wouldn't it? It'd make everybody
feel
feel
would.
good. It's like
it
the
would.
first thing they do is, they read this thing about somebody
Called
else's
a bad day.
problems. Somebody
Right.
else's bad day, though, and it makes them look
Right.
like, oh,
I don't got it so bad. I think it's a good idea. I think it's a good comic strip. You could easily have like a book that's one person's bad day. Like it's like a 55-page, you know, comic book of bad day. You wouldn't have to do that often. You could do comic strips that are short, but I'm just saying you could do one, like it's like a 55-page bad day. Like what we just said, if you did all the visual images of that, that's like a book.
Yeah, it'd just be cool, too, though, to have other characters, you know, not just, like, one character. It's, like, complete, always bad day. That's, like, the guy who always has a bad day, and that's just, you know, it gets boring.
No, but you know what? Dude, you know, I think you're tapping into something really important. Because that same character can have a good day. And you can do that comic, too. Good day? It might be the day he gets... Like the Nigerian guy goes to jail, he gets the money back, his girlfriend comes back to him. Doesn't matter, dude. But we could have good day. We could have mediocre meal. Like where every time it's like someone getting served a very mediocre meal, but it's always from like an excited cook. like it's just like cooked carrots, green beans from a can, little macaroni and cheese, and a stale old skinny ass chicken with no frickin' nothing on it. That's a mediocre meal. What would you say is a mediocre meal, bro?
I mean, you could do a lot of meals mediocre, like really poorly. You know,
do
like
it.
a bad spaghetti, like an average spaghetti. Just like sauce.
Yeah, do it.
Noodles.
And like
do what?
Frozen garlic bread. Oh, do what? No, create a mediocre meal just out of the blue.
Okay. So like I would probably start with some like ground beef or ground turkey.
Okay.
And I would add a little bit of olive oil and some pasta, some macaroni noodles. You know, with like an iceberg salad. With like an iceberg salad.
With like 2 slices of tomato, 1 slice of cucumber. I hate when restaurants do that, dude. It pisses me off. I'd like a salad. They bring me half of an iceberg lettuce chunk. Yeah. With like freaking 2 pieces of tomato and a those croutons are actually like probably the most gluten bread there is, I bet. It's got chemicals to keep it hard but make it seem fresh. That shit's probably a tumor. It's like a tumor salad. Maybe we should start a new agency that rates food by what it will do to you. Like, this is a tumor. Like, and it's got a rating of like tumor heavy.
Yeah. Like
or the cataract special, or diabetes. We could rate by what that shit'll do. So you could get like a hamburger from McDonald's wrapped in a package that says, warning, tumors, diabetes, clogged arteries, for your protection. That's actually another good idea. Dude, we're on it today. I'm telling you.
No, I think this morning thing is a good idea. I think refresh in the morning, I think we got a lot of good cylinders firing, you know.
Yep.
So it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll just tell one more story, and we'll
All right.
we'll move on into the day. How about that?
That sounds great. You got a story?
How about that?
You got a story? Yeah, I said cool. So if you don't have a story, I'll tell you a story. Do you have a story?
All right.
I'm asking you a question.
I had one. I did, but it slipped my mind.
I want to hear yours. Go ahead. I want to hear your story.
It slipped my mind. I just said it. It slipped my mind.
Oh, that's so funny. Wait till you hear this story then. So there was this cat. This cat had been, pretty getting tired. This cat used to live on a farm, and then
story?
No, I'm making it up.
Oh, I thought it was a real story. I thought we were doing real.
Well, I should have lied right now. I should have said it was a real story. So now forget it.
Yeah.
Huh?
Forget it.
Yeah.
That was a good one, man.
That was good too. Yeah. Good stopping point. Like, what's the?
So I guess we just need a cliffhanger and we're done.
Okay. So I'm gonna go over to my friend's house right now. He just called me before you did, and he's suicidal. So next radio show, I'll let you know what happened.
Let me know how things work out, okay?
This has been fun.
October 17th, out.